Dizzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you all of my makes from May 2022, so stay tuned. I was not as productive as I thought I had been in May. Maybe because of Me Made May, it felt like I'd done a lot. I spent a lot of time thinking about my Me Made wardrobe, about the things I loved wearing, the things that I didn't like wearing so much. So although I spent a lot of time and energy thinking about my Me Mades, I actually did not get that much done in May. So I completely finished 3 projects and almost finished one. I mean, that one will not gonna get finished. It was a bit of a fail or a learning experience for me. But yeah, I doubt it's gonna get finished. But anyways, let's go through the list quickly. So let's talk about that failure or learning experience first so that I can finish this video on a high note. So I tried making the Coco Pants by Pattern Emporium. They were on my Make 9 list because I really wanted to try a pair of wide leg pants on me to see if I would like the style, if they would work for my body shape and my style guideposts and all of that good stuff. So I used pretty inexpensive linen blend fabric in a baby blue. I mean, I liked the fabric, but it wasn't so precious to me that I didn't really mind trying out the pattern with it. To be honest, I really thought this would be a success. I've not made many Pattern Emporium patterns, but the ones that I've made fit me well. Mind you, they were all tops. So fitting a bottom is very, very different from fitting a top, at least for me. So I got started, I cut my fabric, didn't really measure anything. I just went with my basic body measurements, so waist and hip and length and all of that good stuff. So sewed up the pants, put them on to try them on and to measure the hem, and hated them. There was a lot of extra fabric in the front, so obviously the rise was too long for me in the front. I was getting a bit of a wedgie in the back, so adjustments would be needed. And then when I put them on and took pictures and a video, I realized I'm really not crazy about wide leg pants on me. They make me look very like straight up and down, and my body is already pretty straight up and down. I don't have a big difference between my waist and hips or my shoulders. Like I'm a rectangle bordering on apple when I put on weight. So yeah, I just looked wide all the way down. So not a huge success. I did learn though that I just don't like wide leg pants on me, and I need to stick to my straight legs whenever possible. Now, I have not destroyed those pants yet. They're still sitting in my to mend pile. So I want to think about what I could do to salvage this, turn them into shorts maybe. So I'm going to try to see if I can unpick the waistband, bring up the front a little bit, like shortening the rise through the waistband, maybe even adding a little bit of fabric in the back to lengthen the back rise. Anyways, and then just cut them off and turn them into shorts that I can wear, this summer. So yeah, so that was make number 1. So not completely finished, but I basically went as far as I'm going to go with this one, with this pattern. And now it's in the to alter or rework pile. Make number 2 was for my daughter. So that was her May gift or May payment for helping me with this channel. We decided to go with the Galaxy Tee for her. I sent her a picture of it and she immediately said, yes, 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 I want one. So, and we use a Pointel knit fabric from the Fabric Snob in a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. This make went together so well and so easily. I mean, everything from putting on the collar band to making the sleeves to, I mean, it was just a pleasure to sew. The only thing is that I had to shorten it, and she's not small. I mean, she's not short. My daughter is average height. She's about 5'6", and I had to remove, I think, 3.5 inches from the length to make it land where it does, basically, on her. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're looking at making this pattern. It's long. It's very long. But other than that, it was an absolute pleasure to put together. The fabric we picked was a really good match for the pattern. It's lightweight, but not so flowy and lightweight that, you know, the poof of the sleeves is just collapsing. It stands up. It looks really, really nice. So she loves her new tee. She's worn it to work a few times. She even told me she got many compliments on it. So yeah, that was definitely a success. Number 3 was a Seychelles top by Itch to Stitch, made up in a white and navy polka dot rayon fabric. That fabric had been languishing in my stash for a long time, and I can't remember where I got it from. But the Seychelles top is really good for rayon fabric. I'm actually wearing my other Seychelles top right now, so you can see it's got really fun pleats in the shoulder, making them a little poofy. I like that the shoulders are cut in a little bit. Now, I have narrow shoulders. In most of the tops I make, I have to make a narrow shoulder adjustment. For this one, I don't. It just lands in the right spot for me. I like the V. I interfaced the facing on the blue one I made this month and then sewed it down. And then after sewing it down, I was like, ugh, I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I just tacked it at the shoulder seam and just let it be. I'm not crazy about the top stitching on that facing. But anywho, for this new version, I also shortened the length of it by 1.5 inches. And I much prefer where that one finishes on me. So it's at between my full hip and high hip. And it's, yeah, I like that length. So, not much to say. I mean, Itch to Stitch patterns are amazing in terms of instructions, in terms of drafting. They typically fit me really, really well. I made a size 18 with a double D cup, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it fit me really, really well. So, and for reference, my high bust is 40 inches, full bust 45 inches, and it just fits me perfectly. So that was project number 3 for May, and a pretty good one. I mean, I wore it a few times over the course of the month of May. My only issue is that I don't have bottoms to go with it. Hence why I want to make the navy pants. And yeah, so I need to make pants to go with that top. I wore it a couple times with jeans, and I have some jean shorts that I can wear with it. But I'd like to have a few more options. So that's the Seychelles top. And then finally, and most probably my favorite make, I'm probably going to say since the beginning of this year, was my Rhapsody blouse in a gorgeous floral rayon I got from Rainbow Fabrics in the UK. I just love this blouse. I love this blouse so much. I wore it every week during the month of May. It's comfortable, it's light, it's breezy. I love the length of the sleeves. I like the tie details at the neck. I like the rounded hem. I love the yoke in the back and the little pleat that comes out of the yoke. I mean, there's absolutely nothing I don't love about this pattern. It's just fabulous. That I did shorten it by 1.5 inches at the lengthen and shorten line, but I'm going to take it up another inch at least when I make this again. That's the only little thing about this blouse. I find it just a touch long on me, so I'm going to shorten it a little bit when I make this again. I would also like to try some of the other sleeve options on that pattern, and there are many. There's a bishop sleeve, there is a cap sleeve, there's a flutter sleeve. I mean, I want to try a couple of them. So yeah, oh, definitely my favorite make of May, and probably my favorite make so far in 2022. Now, I made a size XL in this pattern. Yeah, and I made a narrow shoulder adjustment, and then I shortened it by 1.5 inches, and that's all I needed to do. Everything else just fits me as is, so which is awesome. I did finish the bottom. I didn't roll up the hem twice and then sew it down. I used bias binding or bias tape to finish the bottom, which I'm now realizing is probably why it was a little bit long on me. So instead of turning it up, can't remember if the pattern said 1/4 inch. Yeah, I just applied the bias tape. So basically the hem was just 1/4 inch. Anyways, so I'm still going to shorten it a little bit. And I'm thinking when I make it again, I'm just going to use bias tape for the hem, just because it's a curved hem. And it's just easier to use bias tape than turning the hem twice and then stitching it down. So yeah, so that was my Rhapsody blouse by Love Notions in a gorgeous floral rayon fabric. And that was it. Those were my makes for the month of May. Not super productive month, but a fairly successful one. So 3/4 of my makes were definite successes. So that's always good. I would love to hear which one was your favorite. Please leave me a comment below. Thank you for stopping by. Please leave me a like on your way out if you like the video, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.